Welcome back to our series where we craft the ultimate anime family trees. If you've been following along, you've seen us explore the intricate relationships of characters from Mushoku Tensei, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, One Piece, Naruto, and Chainsaw Man. Check out the links to those episodes in the description below. Today, we're diving into the world of Re:Zero, uncovering the complex web of connections that make this series so compelling. We'll be mapping out the complex relationships between the characters, starting with the witches and then branching out into other major players. Re:Zero's story weaves through numerous timelines and realities, and these connections are at the heart of what makes the narrative so compelling. More than 400 years ago, 6 witches lived, each representing one of the deadly sins, each witch embodying a unique and dangerous aspect of sin. The Witch of Greed embodies an insatiable thirst for knowledge. Even in death, she relentlessly pursues wisdom of all kinds, often at great cost, making choices she deeply regrets, yet unable to resist her desire to know more. Sekhmet, the Witch of Sloth, once pushed a dragon beyond the great waterfall, all for the fleeting chance to finally rest. Her indifference and lethargy drove her to extremes, seeking nothing more than an escape from exertion. I bet even Sekhmet would find the time to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if she could. Daphne, the Witch of Gluttony, defied the will of the gods by creating beasts to save the world from starvation. Her twisted desire to prevent hunger led to monstrous creations, showing the dangerous lengths she would go to in order to satisfy her own vision of salvation. Carmilla, the Witch of Lust, sought to fill the world with love by granting emotions to non-human beings. Her actions, though, born from a desire to spread affection, blurred the lines between humanity and creatures, creating unpredictable consequences in her pursuit of a love-filled world. Minerva, the Witch of Wrath, lamented the suffering of her war-torn world, using her fists to heal rather than harm. Each strike mended the wounded, though her frustration with the endless conflict drove her to desperate measures in her quest to restore peace. Typhon, the Witch of Pride, with a blend of youthful innocence and cruelty, passed judgment on criminals one after another. Her black and white sense of justice left no room for mercy, as she dealt out punishment without hesitation. Over 400 years before the events of the series, she was responsible for consuming half the world in darkness and causing the downfall of the other 6 witches, which earned her a fearsome reputation. Satella's true motives remain a mystery, but she is deeply connected to Subaru Natsuki, as she is the one who bestowed upon him the power of return by death. This ability allowed to come back to life at a certain point in time whenever he dies, although it comes at a great emotional and psychological cost. Despite her villainous reputation, Satella seems to harbor a deep affection for Subaru, often appearing to protect him, though her reasons are unclear. Echidna, the Witch of Greed, had 3 disciples. One of them, Roswell, had long suffered from a deep and painful curse that plagued his body and mind. With Echidna's guidance and knowledge, she helped him overcome that curse, though at a cost that would forever bind him to her will and desires. Beatrice is a spirit who was bound to the Roswell Mansion's library by Echidna. While Echidna's actions gave Beatrice a form of existence and purpose, they also confined her to a cycle of loneliness and despair. Beatrice is bound by a powerful barrier that Echidna put in place, and she is forced to wait for someone to break the barrier and save her. Ryuzu Mayer is deeply connected to Echidna. She is one of Echidna's 3 disciples and is tied to the witch's research and experiments. In the catastrophic event known as the Great Calamity, the Witch of Envy, Satella, lost control and killed all the other witches. Following their deaths, the witch factors from the fallen witches were absorbed by certain individuals who would later become known as the Archbishops. The witch factor of Greed ultimately fell into the hands of Regulus, though the specifics of how this transfer occurred remain unexplained. In Elior Forest, Fortuna's father married and had 2 children, a daughter named Fortuna and a son whose name remains unknown. Fortuna was the guardian of the seal inside Elior Forest, and the next guardian in line was supposed to be Archie. Emilia's father married a human woman, and their union resulted in the birth of Emilia.
The witch factor of gluttony fell into the hands of Lie, while the witch factor of lust was acquired by Capella. The witch factor of wrath ended up with Sirius. As for the witch factor of pride, its current holder remains unknown. Elior Forest is a large, mysterious forest situated in the kingdom of Lugnica. The forest is most notably the home of the elven species and the place where the half-elf Emilia was raised. She was frozen inside the forest, along with many other inhabitants, due to an incident. This event left the forest in a frozen state for a long period of time, preserving its inhabitants in ice. Over 40 years into the future, Wilhelm van Asterea was born and later married Theresia van Asterea, the swordmaster of her time. They had a son named Heinkel, who in turn had a son named Reinhard. Theresia was chosen by the sword god as the master swordsman of her era. Despite her dislike for fighting, she played a crucial role in the demi-human war, ending the decade-long conflict in just 2 years. Her husband, Wilhelm van Asterea, was devastated by her loss. He blamed his son and infant grandson for her death, which caused a permanent rift in the family too. Driven by a desire for vengeance, Wilhelm dedicated himself to hunting down and killing the white whale. Reinhard van Asterea is now the current swordmaster.
On planet Earth, Naoko married Kenichi, and together they were blessed with a son named Subaru. The sanctuary is a place trapped in a dimensional barrier, and the trials are designed to test and purify those who seek to break the barrier.
Subaru was given a permission to take part in the trials by Echidna.
The test was designed to challenge him to face his deepest regrets and emotional pain.
Quark and Timage from the Demon Clan married and had 2 daughters, Rem and Ram. When Rem and Ram were young, their village was attacked and destroyed by the witch cult. This incident led to the death of their parents and many of their fellow villagers. The witch cult killed everyone in the village except for the twins.
After the attack, Rem and Ram were taken in by Roswa al Mathers. Under his care, they were transformed from demons into maids and became his loyal servants at the Roswell mansion. At the sanctuary, Riala had 2 children, Frederica and Garfield. Frederica initially serves as a maid at the Roswell mansion, where she is known for her gentle and caring nature. Garfield is the younger brother of Frederica, and also a beastman, with the ability to transform into a beast. Mizaran and Freymia married and had 2 children, Oslo and Otto. Carsten is one of the royal candidates vying for the throne of the Dragon Kingdom of Lugnica. She is known for her strong leadership skills and her unwavering determination to restore peace to the kingdom. Ferris is a skilled healer and a key member of Crucia's entourage. He serves as both her personal knight and confidant. Julius Juculius is a knight and one of the primary characters associated with Anastasia Hoshin, one of the royal candidates for the throne of the Dragon Kingdom of Lugnica. She is known for her sharp intellect and strategic mind.
Mimi is a member of Anastasia's faction, serving as one of her subordinates.
Hedarua is another member of Anastasia's faction. His role and background are less prominently featured. but he is involved in supporting Anastasia's bid for the throne. Tivy is a character associated with the political landscape.